Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sadhivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parigana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Om Adyan Vigrandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmade Guru Pad Padma, Nitila Prashta Jagat Guru Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then offer obeisances to lotus feet of Triandi Sannyasi, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddha Das Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here, please accept my humble obeisances. So we are discussing today Shri Madhuri Kadambini. There was a little mix-up yesterday because I was supposed to speak on Madhuri Kadambini, but I ended up speaking on Jai Badharani. So today, in place of Jai Badharani, we will discuss Madhuri Kadambini because yesterday we discussed Jai Badharani. Chapter 13 we discussed. So anyway, next time we will be regular, but yesterday there was a little mix-up. No harm. So Madhuri Kadambini is the book that will help us eradicate our offenses and give us strength in chanting the holy name. So Srila Gurudev, he with great effort got this book translated into the English language. So it is our duty to hear this wonderful narration, read it again and again. So we are aware of the pitfalls in the bhakti and how to avoid those pitfalls. Um, so this book literally means cloud bank of nectar. And Srila Vishwanath Thakur, he has, those who don't know Sanskrit very well, this book is very useful for them. So now, these 5B, we are on page number 283. At the end of the page number 283, offenders to Nam do not meet with Yamaraj, but they cannot become purified. So even if you commit offense to the holy name, you don't have to go to Yamaraj. But obviously purification will also not come. Kintu Yamadutanam tad akramanena shaktihi. Here, you'll see that Yamadutanam. Duta, the meaning of the word Duta is messengers of Yamaraj. Yama is the in charge of planet of Pluto. Means the planet of Pluto is a lower planetary system. There is one planet called Yamapuri. And there in Yamapuri, if you go there, then great torture is given to the persons who land there. But those who chant even Nam, even with offenses, they also will not go to the abode of planet of Pluto. Means they will also not go to the planet of Yamaraj. This is the meaning here. So, na te yamaha pasha bhrutascha tad bhatan swapnepi pashyanti ityade. Generally speaking, when Yamadutas come to catch a sinner, they bring with them noose. Noose. So, you might have seen this noose, and this noose is actually very dangerous. So, you'll see that noose and Yamadutas, they have this noose in their hand. So they generally come with to catch the sinful person. Just like in the case of, you see that they have a noose like this. And they catch the subtle body of the person. They catch the subtle body of a person and they take him to the hell. So, and then it's a very torturous way. Just like this Ajamil, he was to be taken to hell by three Yamadutas. We commit sinful activities by our mind, by our words, and by our body. So, so these Yamadutas come, but Vishnudutas had protected Shri Ajamil because he was not offenseless. He was doing Namabhas. So from the four syllables of the word Narayana, four Vishnudutas came. And they protected from the noose. You can see clearly the noose in their hands. So Yamadutas are very ferocious. A person who's dying, um, he sees these ferocious looking Yamadutas, and they somehow take away the body. They take away the subtle body of that person, and they give him torture in the hell. So, but even if you are an offender, so you see here that Yamaraj is sitting on the throne and Yamaduta are by his side, and this particular person, his subtle body has been brought, is tightly held here, and he is presented there before Yamaraj for punishment. So you see that Yamaraj generally rides on male buffalo with a club in the hand. So male buffalo is a typical sign of Yamaraj. So you can see here some ferocious Yamadutas are carrying this sinner tightly bound by the noose with big swords in their hand. These Yamadutas are pot-bellied. Some have the very ferocious mouths. Vultures are around. So Yamadutas tie the sinner with noose of death and beating him all the way, bring him to the place where Jiva is undergone the punishment assigned by Dharmaraj, the god of death. Adhama, Jivane, so this is in Gujarati language. So you see that Ajamil, how he fell down. He was looking at one Shudra, embracing one prostitute. And although he was a very high-class Brahmana, Ajamil fell down when he saw this obscene sight. So what to speak of this age of pornography, and where the pornography is at fingertip, people can see every kind of sensual activities right on their mobile or laptop or iPad. What will be the condition of the society? So it's very much very pitiable condition. Except Krishna consciousness and association of pure devotees, no one can save us. So Yamaraj is characterized by the noose in his hand. He's always right on the male buffalo. But don't mistake, Yamaraj is also great Mahabhagavat. He's also a great devotee. And he knows Savitri is offering obeisances to him. And she reclaimed her husband Satyavan from the clutches of Yamaraj. So different cultures, even in Buddhist culture also, they have accepted the Yamaraj, some version of Yamaraj. So Ravan also fought with Yamaraj. So like this, so very ferocious form Yamaraj. Everyone is very much afraid of Yamaraj. So here, Bhavanvat, even so the envoys of Yamaraj, the Lord of Death, have no power to arrest such offenders to the holy name. Suppose you are committing offenses to the holy name, still the envoys of Yamaraj cannot catch you. It doesn't mean that you commit offense, but rather you should diligently try to avoid the offenses. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.19, even in their dreams, such persons never see Yamaraj or their emissaries who carry ropes. Even in the dream, what to speak of actually seeing Yamadutas, even in their dreams, such persons never see Yamaraj or his emissaries. Emissaries means his messengers who carry ropes. Generally speaking, who becomes Yamaraj? Who becomes Yamaduta? Now, Yamaduta is a very funny conception, what I heard. See, Rajendra Rajji Maharaj, who gives Bhagavatam classes, once he was telling in his class, and he was telling that who becomes Yamaduta? He was telling a person, suppose he commits sinful activities, and after committing sinful activities 100 times, he commits sinful activity goes to hell, suffers in the hell. Ah. And then, after suffering in the hell, returns to the earth. Then again commits activities, again commits sinful activities. Then again goes to hell. If this phenomenon happens 100 times, then Yamaraj finally tells Yamaraj, he will tell that person, hey, you are so fond of hell, and you know exactly the topology and all the punishment zones in Yamapuri, the city of Yamaraj, the planet of Pluto. Why don't you get employment here? I will hire you. So he offers him a letter of employment. And then that sinful person who has 100 times returned to hell is made messenger of death. Messenger of death. So he's given employment right there in hell. He's now qualified, he's an authorized employee of hell. So, Padma Puran states, even the practice of self-restraint, yama, cannot purify offenders to the holy name. We are supposed to restrain our senses. But these days, what is in the name of yoga, what is going on? People are not restraining their senses, but rather they are trying to do yoga with the aim and object of enhancing their self-gratification. So they are thinking that we'll do yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Yama Niyama, and we will engage in more and more self-gratification. That is not the aim and object of Ashtanga yoga. The aim and object of Ashtanga yoga is to see Vishnu in our heart. We must try to see Vishnu in our heart. That is the aim and object of Ashtanga yoga. So, if you have committed offense to the holy name, Yama, the practice of self-restraint, also cannot purify. So your body, the entire system becomes so contaminated by Vaishnava aparad, Nam aparad, that no physical method like Ashtanga Yoga can purify. Here the word Yoga refers to the 8 divisions of yogic mysticism, Ashtanga Yoga, such as adherence to rules, yama and regulations. Piyusha Machini. Literally, this particular commentary is showering the nectar on us. Piyusha means nectar. The author makes another special point. Even if Nama Aparad remains in a person who utters the holy name, still Yamaraj and his messengers have no ability to mete out punishment to him. So you see how powerful the Nam is. Even you have committed offense to the holy name, see Yamaraj cannot catch hold of you. So people are very much afraid of Yamaraj. But here we get great solace that don't worry of Yamaraj. This reminds me of one particular shloka by Sri Kulashekar Alvar. That is telling, Mavir Manda Mano Vichinta Yavishcharam Yatana, Namina Prabhavanti Papa Rikava Swami Nanushridara, Alasyam Vapaniyas Nati Sulabam, Dhyasva Narayanam, Lokanam Dasanapa Nodanataram, Dasa Sitim Lakshana. If you study this Mukunda Mala Stotra, Mukunda Mala Stotra, this particular stotra is amazing stotra. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj started the translation of it, and then his disciples carried on that one, carried forward. So you'll see that in Mukunda Mala Stotra, there is different shlokas are there. Shri Vallaveti Vardeti Daya Pareti Bhakta Priyeti Bhavavancha Bhavavan Kovideti Nathiti Na Dadaneti. So here is telling very much clearly. Alamalam eka praninam patakanam nirasana visheya krishneti vani. Yadi bhavati mukunde bhakti ananda sandra karatala kalitasa moksha samrajya lakshmi. So to get rid of sins, uttering the name of Krishna is sufficient. And here is telling, Mahavir Manda Mano Vichinte Bahuda Yamishyanam Yatanam. Namina Prabhavanti Paparipava Swami Nano Sridhara. So here you see this. This is the tense. Mavir Manda Mano Vichinte Bauda Yamishiram Yatana Naivami Prabhavanti Paparipava Swami Nano Sridhara. Alasyan Vapaniya Bhakti Sulabam Dhayasva Narayanam Lokasya Vasanapan Vadanakaro Dasasya Kimna Kshama. Now this particular verse is a great solace for the sinners, because generally sinners are very much afraid of going to hell. So Kulashekar Alvar is now giving us solace. He said, don't worry, O foolish minds, stop your fearful fretting about the extensive torments imposed by Yamaraj. How can your enemies, the sinful reactions you have accrued, even touch you? So don't be afraid. Yamaraj fretters, don't be afraid. After all, is your master not the Supreme Lord, the husband of Goddess Shri Narayan? So your master is Narayan, Shri Krishna, or the husband of Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi or Radharani. So cast aside all hesitation, and concentrate your thoughts on Lord Narayan. He's telling, give up all hesitation and focus on your thoughts on Lord Narayan. Think of Lord Narayan, whom one very easily attains through devotional service. What that dispeller of the whole world's troubles not do for his own servant? Narayan is so merciful that he will dispel all our troubles. So actually, Narayan will dispel the troubles of the whole world. Will he not dispel the troubles of his servants? So the people in this vast ocean of birth and death are being blown out by the winds of material dualities. As they flounder in the perilous waters of self-indulgence, with no boat to help them, they are sorely distressed by the need to protect their sons, daughters, and wives. Only the boat that is his Lord Vishnu can save them. So amazing this one. Actually, you will see that this entire Mukundamara Stotra is full of wonderful prayers. So Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj will love this. Although it is written by Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharya, but this is Bhavati Jalagatanam Dandavata Hatanam Sutadurita Kalatra Trana Bhararditanam Vishama Vishayatoye Majjatam Aplavanam Bhavati Sharanam Eko Vishnu Poto Naranam. If you are drowning in the ocean of birth and death, then lotus of Lord Vishnu is the only boat which can take you across the ocean of birth and death. So therefore, Bhakti will save you from hell. Now here the word Naraka comes again. Bhavajaladi agadam dustaram nistareyam katam hamiti cheto masmadakka taratvam sarasyadushi deve taraki bhakti reka naraka vidinishanna tare shakyavasham. Again in this work is telling that don't worry of the hell. Hell is nothing. Hell cannot, dear mind, do not bewilder yourself by anxious thinking, how can I cross the fathomless and impassable ocean of material existence? There is one who can save you, devotion. If you offer her to the lotus-eyed Krishna, to the lotus-eyed Lord Krishna, the keeper of Narkasur, she will carry you across this ocean without help. So here the Narkasur means the son of the son of the earth goddess, the Mother Earth. So Mother Earth actually, you'll see that Mother Earth and Varahadev, and they had one son called Narkasur. Okay. Now this Narkasur, because of bad association, he was also called Bhaumasur. He had very exalted parentage. You see here. This he had exalted parentage. His father was actually, you see that Sri Varahadev, and his mother was Bhumi Devi standing here. When Varahadev rescued Mother Earth from Hiranyaksha, they married Mother Earth. From them, actually, this great demon Narkasur was born. So Narkasur's
Mother was actually Bhumi Devi, means almost like Satyabhama's incarnation. And father was Varahadev, but he was a strong demon. He was a very staunch demon because he was actually associating with Duryodhan, Dushasan, Jarasandha, Kamsa. So you see that your father may be the supreme personality of Godhead, Varahadev. Your mother may be Bhudevi, who's an expansion of Lakshmi Devi. But if you are in bad association, then no one can save you. So on the day of Narak Chaturdashi, Lord killed this Bhaumasur. He took Satyabhama with him on the back of Buddha, so that Satyabhama, whose expansion is Prithvi, he will not feel bad. He has to take first permission of his mother, Bhudevi, means Satyabhama Devi, that is it okay, I can kill your son? So Krishna took Satyabhama with him with that intention. And Satyabhama, when she saw the dangerous attack he was launching on Krishna, she permitted. Yes, go ahead and kill my son, Narkasur, no harm, because he's attacking you. So you see that bad association, so Narkasur. So Krishna is the killer of Narkasur, and he will also save you from hell. Have no doubt about it. Not only he, but his Namabhas. Not only Namabhas, actually his even Namaprad can save you from hell. So Namaprad is so powerful. And Srila Gurudev used to say that Namaprad will give you wealth also. You can make easy money by Namaprad. But Namaprad also can take you, if you commit against senior Vaishnavas, then you will go to hell. So be very careful. Don't commit Vaishnava, Gurudev said. Um, generally speaking, now here, the author makes another special point. Even if Namaparati remains in a person who utters the holy name, still Yamaraj and his messengers have no ability to mete out punishment to him. As long as the Namaparati's anarthas are not destroyed, he will not achieve the main fruit of chanting prema, and he will never attain Bhagwan. So if you have anarthas and you are committing offenses, then you will not get the main fruit of chanting, that is Krishna prema. You will get some side benefits. You will not go to hell, but you won't get Krishna prema, and you will not attain the lotus feet of Bhagwan also. He will, however, become free from the torments of hell meted out by Yamaraj. He has nothing to be afraid of, the torments of hell. And if you want to know what are the torments of hell, then you have to study the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is elaborate description of the lower planetary systems. And in lower planetary systems, there are some hells like Vajra Shalmali, Vajra Kantak, and like this. So Srimad Bhagavatam gives us clear idea of, in the fifth canto, is named Creative Impetus. And in that one, you'll see that different planetary systems, and there, Srila Shukdev Goswami explains to us that how a simple person is tormented in the hell. So here one question he is asking. Rajo Vacho, Manushya etad vaichitryam lokasya kathamiti. King Parishit inquired from Shukdev Goswami, my dear sir, why are the living entities put into different material situations? Kindly explain this to me. So here Shukdev Goswami goes on explaining that what are the different hells. Um, and King Parishit inquired from Shukdev Goswami, my dear Lord, are the hellish regions outside the universe, within the covering of the universe, or in different places on this planet? So there, Shukdev Goswami is telling, the great sage Shukdev Goswami answered, all the hellish planets are situated in the intermediate space between the three worlds. And the Garbhodaka, all the planets between the three worlds and the Garbhodaka ocean, they lie on the southern side of the universe. So now you see that, generally speaking, the hellish planets are in the southern side of the universe. So that's why you are not supposed to sleep with your face towards south. Means your feet towards south. Or when you do studies, never sit with your face towards south direction, because that is the direction of Yama's planet and hell. So, and it is telling here that the hellish planets are beneath the Bhumandala.
slightly above the water of Garbhodaka ocean. Pitrulok is also located in this region between the Garbhodaka ocean and the lower planet systems. All the regions of Pitruloka headed by Agnish, Agnishwata made it in great samadhi on the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always wish their families well. So this lower planet system, actually you'll see that there is hellish planets are situated. So the king of the Pitas is Yamaraj, the very powerful son of the sun god. He resides in Pitraloka. So what happens that if you pray to Jamuna, Jamuna is the sister of Yamaraj. Yamara is the son of sun god and Yamuna is also the daughter of sun god. So when we pray to Yamuna, then we don't have to go to her brother's abode. So Yamaraj is a great Mahabhagavat. When he sees that someone is having devotion for Jamuna, so that's why Srila Rupa Goswami has said, right? भ्रातुरन्तकस्य पत्तने विपत्तिहारिणि प्रेक्षयाति पापिनोऽपि पापसिन्धुतारिणि नीरमाधुरीभिः अपि अशेषचित्तबन्धिनी मां पुनातु सर्वदारविन्दबन्धुनन्दिनी. So he has agents that bring all the simple men to him immediately upon their death. After bringing them within his jurisdiction, he properly judges them according to their specific sinful activities. So he has actually an assistant called Chitragupta who notes down all the sinful activities of persons and pious activities. And based on the report and account balance sheet submitted by Chitragupta, Yamaraj gives the punishment and and sends them to one of the many hellish planets for suitable punishments. So here, Srila Shukdev Goswami is explaining the different names of the hells. This actually is telling some authorities say that there is a total of 21 hellish planets, and some say there are 28. My dear king, I shall outline all of them according to their names, forms, and symptoms. The names of the different hells are known as Tamishra, Andatamishra, Raurav, Maharaurav, Kumbipa, Kalasutra, Asipatraval, Sukaramukha, Andakupa, Krumi Bhojana, Sandamsha, Taptasurmi, Vajrakantaka, Shalmali, Vaitarani, Puyoda, Pranarodha, Vishasana, Lala Bhaksha, Sarameyadana, Avichi, Ayapana, Ksharakardama, Rakshogana Bhojana, Shula Prota, Dandashuka, Avata Nirodhana, Paryavartana, and Shuchimukha. All these planets are meant for punishing the living entities. So here you see that these are all. Now I'll give an example of hell. My dear king, a person who appropriates another's legitimate wife, children, or money is arrested at the time of death by the fierce Yamadutas who bind him with the rope of time and forcibly throw him into the hellish planet known as Tamishra. Now in Kali Yuga, this is very common. People generally, somehow or the other, they brainwash someone else's wife and they kidnap her. And then that person whose wife is gone is lamenting like anything. But people think that it's okay. I use my trickery to somehow brainwash someone else's wife, and now I'm enjoying someone else's wife. But little does he know that a very fearful hell is waiting him for this activity. Those are kidnapping others' legitimate wife or children or money. They are immediately arrested at the time of death, and they are thrown into this hellish planet called Tamishra. On this very dark planet, the sinful man is chastised by the Yamadutas, who beat and rebuke him. He is starved and is given no water to drink. Imagine, you are given no water to drink. Thus, the wrathful assistants of Yamaraj cause him severe suffering. They are very angry, and sometimes he faints from their chastisement. Obviously, if they are not given water, nothing to eat, and they're constantly beating you, what will happen? Your body will not be able to, even your torturous body, the special yatana deha which you have, will not be able to handle that. The destination of a person who slyly cheats another man and enjoys his wife and children is the hell known as Antamishra.
So this is a destination of a person who slyly cheats another man and enjoys his wife and children. There his condition is exactly like that of a tree being chopped at its root. Even before reaching Andatamisra, the sinful living being is subjected to various extreme miseries. These afflictions are so severe that he loses his intelligence and sight. It is for this reason that learned sages call this hell Andatamisra. Andatamisra means you almost become blind there. So you become blind like as if you are walking in dark. Even if your eyes and you are walking in dark, the eyes are of no use. The eyes also need light to function. So that particular hell is actually Anata Mishra. So anyways, I gave you some idea what the hellish planets are like. But anyways, even if you are chanting this Nama Prad, you don't have to go to hell. So here he is quoting, Srila Vishwanath Thakur Pad is quoting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 1st chapter, 19th verse. He states, Sakran Manaha Krishna Padara Vindayor Niveshitam Tad Gunaragi Yerhaya Natehe Yamam Pasha Vritash Pasha Vritascha Tad Bhatan Swapnepi Pashyantihi Chirana Nishkritaha. Those whose bee-like minds, greedy to test the Lord's qualities, have even once tasted the nectar of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, have performed all types of atonement. Even in dreams, they never see Yamaraj or his servants who carry ropes, not to speak of the hellish planets. Srila Vishwanath Thakur now mentions Padma Puran's description of the 10 offenses to the holy name. Now, this is what is sung every day in ISKCON also in Gaudiya Math. Namno balat yasahi papa buddhir na vidyate tasya yamer hishuddhi. He's telling those who have a tendency to commit sins on the strength of the holy name, or who actually commit them, are not purified by Yama even after a very long time. This statement seems to prove that Namaprati do suffer punishment from Yama. How then can we reconcile this with the first conclusion ascertained? Srila Vishwanath Thakur resolves this as follows. It should be understood that the word Yama in this verse about Namaprata refers to the divisions of yoga beginning with Yama, rules, and Niyama, regulations. In other words, such aparadhis are not purified even if they follow Yama and Niyama for a prolonged period of time. So basically, in Upadeshamrut, and you'll see that Srila Rupa Goswami has told us certain do's and certain don'ts. So in that one, you'll see he's telling Atyahar Prayasascha Prachalpo Niyamagraha Janasangascha Laulyamcha Shadvir Bhakti Vinashyati. So, so in Upadeshamrut, he has given us the important verses. What are the do's and what are the don'ts? Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jivva vegam, udaropastha vegam. Etan vegani visheta dhira, sarvam apima pratinushishat. Control the urges of the tongue, belly, anger, and all these things. Don't eat too much and all. So these are yama and niyamas. But even if you follow all these yama and niyamas, you cannot become free from namaprad. So therefore, in order to become free from namaprad, you have to serve that Vaishnava who you offended. You have to serve the holy name and not criticize other Vaishnavas. You have to be very careful. Offenses to the holy name can be removed only when the holy name is pleased. So here the simple principle is there. If you have committed namaprad, serve the holy name. If you have committed Vaishnavaprad, serve the Vaishnavas. If you have committed Dhamaprad, serve the Dham. If you have committed Shastraprad, glorify the Shastras. If you have offended Tulsi, render service to Tulsi. So whoever you have offended, try to serve that person and ask forgiveness from that person. If you have offended Vaishnavas, you have to serve that Vaishnava and you have to ask forgiveness. If you have offended Tulsi Devi, then you have to ask forgiveness from Tulsi and render service to Tulsi by watering Tulsi every day or planting Tulsi. So like this. So how can the practices of Yama, Niyama and so forth destroy them? This is the import of this statement. The word Yama here has not been used to indicate Yamaraj. So devotees and even non-Namapratis have no fear of Yamaraj. This is how powerful the Lord is.
the mercy of the holy name destroys all types of anarthas. Yatha samarthena paramadhenapi swamina कृतोपराधा स्वजनो यदि न पाल्यते किंतु तत्रो दास्यते तदैव दुःख दारिद्र्य मालिन्य शोकादयः क्रमेण लब्ध्वा स्वसरा भवन्ति न ते अन्यादिया जनः के अपि कदापिति नेयम्. This is actually little difficult for me to understand, so I'll straight come to the English translation of this because I know some Sanskrit, but not as good as to understand this. A wealthy master who is capable of bestowing punishment or favor does not support an impertinent servant. Rather, he remains indifferent to him. So here you'll see that the holy name is like a wealthy master. The holy name can bestow reward upon us. But suppose the servant is impertinent, is not obedient. So he remains indifferent to that disobedient or impertinent servant. So due to this indifference, the offender gradually experiences sorrow, poverty, wretchedness, and lamentation. Obviously, suppose you are a servant and you are working for a very big company and you are not an attentive servant of that company, they will not give you the bonus. They will not give you promotion. They will not give you pay raise. They may, you will be suffering from sorrow and poverty because not getting promotion, not getting enough money. So therefore, holy name is very powerful, wealthy. But when you are committing offenses to the holy name will not supply you what you need, especially Krishna Bhakti. At the same time, a master will never maintain or punish a person with whom he has no connection. So if you have no connection, the master will not punish that person. If the offending servant again behaves in a way that is favorable to the master in an effort to please him, then the master will show him benevolence. For example, a servant has offended the master, and later on he asks forgiveness from the master and again behaves in a nice way and tries to please his master. What will the master do? Again will the master be pleased and show him kindness, benevolence. The servant's unhappiness and poverty will gradually vanish. So servant is unhappy and is poor because the master is not paying him enough because he has offended the master in the past. But now the servant has apologized and he has mended his ways. He has corrected his behavior. And now he is serving the master again diligently, faithfully, with proper obedience and respect. What will happen? Master will again bestow tremendous wealth on the servant and again remove all his unhappiness and his lamentation. In the same manner, when an offender to the holy name performs non-duplicitous, uninterrupted service to the devotees of Bhagavan, right? What an offender should do? He should become non-duplicitous and continually serve the devotees, continuously, washing their clothes, cutting vegetables for them, cleaning their room, um, bringing nice prasadam for them, washing their plates, everything, massaging his feet. So everything, obviously this applies to the male devotees. Male devotees can massage the feet of Gurudev. The female devotee is obviously not allowed to massage the feet of Gurudev, but they can do some other services like um, so many other services like editing the books given by Gurudev, translating the books, working and in a company and some donation, some salary they get, some portion of that salary from their business or their job, they can donate it for Gurudev's mission. So there are innumerable sevas. Any a devotee of any gender can do. Any gender can do. There is everyone has an opportunity to serve Gurudev. So we can work in the garden of Gurudev, cultivate flowers for him like this. Distribute his books. Distributing the books of Gurudev is also a great seva that male, female, and every person can do. Uh, this is very good seva to give the books of Gurudev, small donation, and again collect money for printing more books of Gurudev. What will you do with the money which you have collected? again engage that capital in printing more books of Gurudev and distribute that good message. Because when I was in New York, there was actually Jehovah's Witness were there. New York is very famous for Jehovah's Witness. There is one denomination of Christianity, and they say that we are Jehovah's Witness. So they say, "What is the name of God?" And they used to come to me also in New York and say, "You know the name of God?" I said, "Yes, it's Krishna." I said, "No, it's Jehovah." All right, we used to say that Jehovah is the name in Bible. So they were actually preaching their faith. We should also preach the faith of faith. So generally speaking, previously people used to go to Maharshi Mahesh Yogi. So Maharshi Mahesh Yogi used to teach them yogic flying. And he used to charge some money. It's not good to take anyone's name, but anyways. Um, so Mahesh Yogi used to charge some money for giving mantra, $35 or something. But Sai Maharaj told, why don't you come to me? I will give free mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And you chant that mantra. We don't want any money from you. Free of charge. Come and take prasad with us, and we will eat. Take prasad as much as you like, and chant and jump and dance. That's all you do. So this is what is easy process he gave us. So in the same manner, when an offender to the holy name performs non-duplicitous, uninterrupted service to the devotees of Bhagwan, the scriptures and scripture, the spiritual master, then by mercy of the holy name. So we have to serve devotees of Bhagwan. We have to serve the scriptures also. How we can serve the scriptures? By reading the scriptures, by explaining the scriptures to others, by distributing scriptures. And we have to serve the spiritual master. So spiritual master is served in two ways. His Vani and his Vapu. So his Vani means the message of spiritual master, Gauravani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions, our Gurudev's instructions, we have to preach. And we have to serve his physical body also. If you are in male body, many devotees to give massage to Srila Gurudev. But in female body, you may not have that good fortune because Guru will never accept the service of females, body seva. But he will certainly, you can serve his Vani, his follow his instructions. So, but I know that there were some female devotees who were cooking for Srila Gurudev, like Tunga Vidya Didi, Vrinda Didi. They could serve their cook for Srila Gurudev. That they should that seva, no problem. But also Vani seva is also very good. So then by the mercy of the holy name, his anarthas in the form of offenses are gradually destroyed. So when you serve the spiritual master, then holy name will be very merciful to you, and slowly your unwanted habits and offenses will destroy. This is undeniable. There is no doubt about it. Is a person may say, I have not committed namaprad, but it must be said that it is only after seeing the result that the cause can be reduced. The result of namaprad is that the symptoms of prema do not awaken. Even after so much chanting of the holy name, the cause therefore must be an offense committed either recently or a long time ago. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.24 explains. Tadashma Saram. That is a very famous verse, no doubt about this. Sometimes we chant the holy name, but tears don't come in our eyes. Our heart doesn't melt. Actually, if you chant one Krishna Nam, profuse tears should come in our eyes. But that doesn't happen to me. Why this is not happening? Means I committed some Vaishnava Aparadha. Now, when did I commit the Vaishnava Aparadha? I don't remember. If I don't remember in this life, then I must have committed Vaishnava in the past life. Obviously, we are conditioned souls and we do commit Vaishnava sometimes, unknowingly, because we superimpose a material designation upon the transcendental character of a Vaishnava, and we end up committing an offense. We belittle a Vaishnava. Sometimes we criticize a Vaishnava who's born in a lower family. We sometimes criticize him for poverty, for the not having the beautiful form, not having high education, like this. We criticize Vaishnavas. We look down upon Vaishnavas. If Vaishnava is not dressed properly, we look upon him or her. Huh? So, if Vaishnava is not having erudite scholarship, is not a good speaker, we criticize. Or sometimes we look down upon. But this is not good. Huh? Sometimes we unnecessarily criticize a Vaishnava who's senior to us or who knows more Shastra than us, who's more popular just because of his popularity. We become envious and we criticize. But no, either way, whether Vaishnava is very qualified or not at all materially having any qualification or money, we should not criticize that Vaishnava. Rather, we should serve every Vaishnava. However, whether it's literate, illiterate, educated, uneducated, poor, rich, doesn't matter. Irrespective of his social status, nationality, gender, we should respect a Vaishnava. Even if we cannot serve him, we should glorify a Vaishnava. We can be saved from so many troubles of life if we start glorifying the Vaishnavas. We should glorify every Vaishnava, every Vaishnavi. We should see their good qualities. If someone will ask you about how's that Vaishnava, how's that Vaishnavi, you should immediately explain in eloquent manner the great qualities of that Vaishnava or Vaishnavi, the services that has done. But instead of glorifying the Vaishnavas, what sometimes I do, oh, I will simply criticize that Vaishnava. I will not see 100 good qualities in that Vaishnava, but only see a one minor fault in that Vaishnava. So this is my nature is like a honeybee or like a firefly or like a fly. huh? A fly, a fly will sit in where it is dirt is lying, where rotten things are lying. The fly will sit there. But honeybee will only sit on wonderful fragrant flowers full of honey. So we should be like honeybee, not like flies. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.34 says, Tadashmasaram Rudayam Batedat Yat Griyamane Harinamadheyai Navikriyatha Tayada Vikaro Netre Jalam Gatra Ruhesha. Despite profusely chanting the name of Sri Hari, that person who does not experience ecstatic transformations, such as a melting heart, tears, and horripilation, must have a heart that is hard like iron. Now, this actually verse is very interesting. This is a very, very interesting verse. Let us see what context this verse has been quoted by Srila Shukdev Goswami. Because sometimes the context is also very, very important. So here, the verse is 2.24. 2.3.24. Let's see. Um, Amazing verses are coming here. This verse before that says, Jiva Shavo Bhagavatangreenum Najatu Martyo Vilavedastu Shivishnu Padyamangastulasya Shvasa Shavo Nastuna Vedagandham. The person who has not at any time received the dust of the feet of the Lord's pure devotee upon his head is certainly a dead body. And the person who has never experienced the aroma of the tulsi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord is also a dead body, also breathing. So in that context, according to Srila Vishwanath Thakur, the breathing dead body is a ghost. So when a man dies, he is like called dead. But when he again appears in a subtle form, not visible to our present vision, and yet acts such a dead body is called a ghost. Ghosts are always very bad elements, always creating a fearful situation for others. Similarly, the ghosts like non-devotees who have no respect for the pure devotees, nor for the Vishnu deity in the temples, create a fearful situation for the devotees at all times. The Lord never accepts any offering by such impure ghost. There is a common saying that one should first love the dog of the beloved before one shows any loving sentiments for the beloved. The stage of pure devotion is attained by sincerely serving a pure devotee of the Lord. The first condition of devotional service to Lord is therefore to be a servant of a pure devotee. And this condition is fulfilled by the statement, reception of the foot dust of the lotus feet of a pure devotee who has served another pure devotee. That is the way of pure disassociation or devotional parampara. So you see that here in this context, this verse is coming. Tadashma saram hridayam batedat
that Gurila Mate, Harinama Day, no Vikreta Teda Vikaro, Mitra Janam Gatru Vishwarsha. So tears are not coming in our eyes. The reason is we have offended a Vaishnava or committed Namaparas in some other form. There are 10 Namaparas. So Piyush Vaishnavritti, as stated previously, Aparad is known as that which drives away Radha or satisfaction. If you are feeling dissatisfied in your chanting, in your devotional practice, know that certain offense has taken place, knowingly or unknowingly, in this life or in some other life. So Sri Anirudh Prabhuji also has written a prayer asking forgiveness for the Vaishnavas for the offenses in the past or in present. So Aparati does not receive the fruit of uttering the holy name. This is the problem. If you chant the holy name, but the real fruit of the chanting of the holy name Krishna Prem doesn't come to an Aparati. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur illustrates this in a simple way so that we can understand it easily. A master remains indifferent to a misbehaving servant and does not maintain him, even though he is capable of doing so. For example, master can maintain you. In India, there is a very rich businessman, Mr. Mukesh Ambani. He's so rich. He built a house, millions of dollars. Every car he has, millions of dollars. So many Rolls Royce, Mercedes Benz he has. But sometimes I have seen that even his company will fire a person for his misbehavior. Obviously, is it that Mr. Mukesh Ambani cannot maintain you, one servant? Why is firing a servant? But because he is not behaving properly. So holy name is a very big, big, rich personality. It's Krishna himself. The holy name is more than Krishna. So why the holy name is not showing mercy on an offender? Huh? Because holy name is displeased with an offender. So as a result, the servant becomes despondent. Similarly, Nam Prabhu becomes indifferent to an offender. Like Gurudev is also very powerful. But if we don't listen to Gurudev, if we don't follow his instructions, then Gurudev will become indifferent to us. So Nam Prabhu also becomes indifferent to an offender and does not reveal his mercy or his great potency to him. As a result, such a person is beset with various types of anarthas. On seeing the offender miserable and destitute, it would be incorrect for us to assume that his wealthy master is incapable of maintaining one of his very own, his servants. Just like Mr. Mukesh Ambani is not poor, he can maintain millions of servants. But because someone has offended him, he is not showing mercy to that servant. So Nam is also very powerful, very wealthy, but he is not showing mercy to the chanter because the chanter has offended the holy name or Vaishnava or Dham or Bhagwan's Tadiya Vastu. So Nam is displeased with that person. But if you go to that Vaishnava who we offended, then when you serve that Vaishnava, serve our Gurudev, then all our offenses will go away and then Nam Prabhu will again show mercy to us. So tomorrow's Ekadashi. So like that Ekadashi also we should follow. If you don't follow Ekadashi, then Nam Prabhu will be displeased. Because Ekadashi is the mother of devotion. So we should try to nonetheless, because this person is one of the master's dependents, the wealthy master will still protect him and never abandon him in exchange for an outsider. If somehow the culprit realizes that he has made an offense and understanding his master's mind proceeds to serve him in an endeavor to please him, then the master, who by nature is compassionate, will gradually relieve the servant of his misery and destitution. Now, this I have seen in our Maharashtra government also, or Indian government also. Generally speaking, suppose any police officer or any employee is not behaving properly, the government will not fire that employee or that police officer. They will send him on leave, compulsory leave. Means you have to be on compulsory. They will release you. They will not fire you. Some salary will come every month so that you can maintain your family, but they will not allow you to work. You will be on compulsory leave, and an investigation will be launched against you to the mistakes you have seen. So like that, when a devotee has offended the holy name or devotee has offended Bhagwan, then Bhagwan what he will do? Bhagwan's holy name will not show mercy to that devotee. But if he rectifies his mistakes and serves the Vaishnavas he has offended and criticized,
And again, the holy name will again be compassionate to that devotee and will remove his misery and destitution. So here, Sri Nama Prabhu, who is most competent to bestow grace, forever nourishes one who takes his shelter by bestowing prema upon him. So we'll stop here today. We are at the page number 287, last but second paragraph, last but one paragraph. So we'll stop here. This is a very wonderful book. So today actually there was supposed to be Jaiva class, but because we did Jaiva yesterday, so we today did Madhuri Kadambini. So I thank you from the core of my heart, and please continue attending classes regularly. If you have any comments or questions, don't hesitate to ask through email and through Facebook or WhatsApp. No problem. Because obviously, sometimes some doubts may come. I will give my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. Another WhatsApp number, 91136 19360. This is my WhatsApp number. There are two numbers. I have WhatsApp. I am also on Telegram. Telegram also, some platform some people use. I have many email addresses because I use Google Docs, but one of my email addresses is this one. Um, so you can send to another one is bhaktibija@gmail.com. I also use this one now because Google Docs has only 15 gigabytes space they give. So sometimes I need more and then I use more accounts. So you can send me my questions on this and encourage others also to attend these classes. As you see that generally I try to read from the Acharya's books. I always try to give explanation from the Acharya's books. And these books actually are very, very powerful. And uh, without chanting Shuddha Nam, we cannot go back from back to God in any lifetime. And therefore, it is very, very important that we have to come to the platform of chanting one Shuddha Nam. So, if you are chanting lot of Namaprad, it may so happen that one Namabhas may manifest in your heart. And if we are chanting thousands of Namabhas, then one Shuddha Nam may come. And that Shuddha Nam will eradicate all your offenses and everything. So, anyways, keep on chanting anyways, because Srila Gurudev told, and Vishnacharya Thakur Pad is also telling that even if you are chanting Namaprad, forget about Namabhas, even if you are chanting Namaprad, you don't have to go to all these hellish planets, Asipatravan and Vajrakantaka Shalmali and where they feed you to the dogs and all that stuff. So horrendous sins are eradicated. So even if we somehow don't give up chanting, once actually you'll see that Srila Gurudev, one funny article came on Pure Bhakti, and I still remember that. I think I was in America that time. And that title was given, maybe Shamarani Didi gave that title. And she said one lecture of Srila Gurudev, you can make easy money uh, by chanting Namaprad, like this. Chanting Namaprad. Something like this. Uh, Pure Bhakti, she sent that article. At that time, Pure Bhakti was not there. It was on vnn.org. So actually, I just came here, this one right here. And here, this title very much attracted me. Now, this article, this lecture, Srila Gurudev gave in Holland. Srila Gurudev used to call this place Holy Land. So, Srila Gurudev was speaking and there was a pin of silence. Now, Srila Gurudev asking one question here. There is a question. So, there is a person who is committing many offenses and who is a murderer, means he has killed someone, he is an assassin, who slaughters cows. That's horrible sin, because if you kill a cow, you have to stay in the hell for as many million years as there are hair in the body of the cow, and who's full of bad qualities. And suppose that sinful person somehow chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Will chanting have any effect or not? What will be the gain? What will be the result? This is the Guru is asking question. And devotee is telling that he will be purified. Now Srila Gurudev is telling, why does he not realize this at that time? The example is Ajamil. He was a very wicked person. Earlier in his life, he was a good Brahmana, but when he associated with the prostitute and became a murderer, he engaged in all kinds of sins. He shared the fruits of his crimes with that prostitute. He chanted, but he chanted the name of the son Narayan. What became of him? What was the result of his chanting? Now Gurudev is quoting a very famous verse. Jayati Jayati Nama Ananda Rupam Murare Viramitra Dharma Dhyana Pujari Yatnam Katamavisakutattam Muktidam Praninam Yat Paramamritamekam Jivanam Bhushanam Me. All glories to the all blissful holy name of Sri Krishna, which causes the devotees to give up all conventional religious duties, meditation and worship. Like, for example, conventional religious duties, there are so many conventional religious duties are there. But once you come to Krishna consciousness, you give up all the conventional religious duties and meditation and even worship. When somehow or other uttered even once by a living entity, the holy name awards him liberation. Now, this is the power of the holy name. Even once you utter this holy name, you are purified. The holy name awards him liberation. The holy name of Krishna is the highest nectar. It is my very life and my only treasure. So, holy name of Krishna is the highest nectar. And it is sweeter than actually grapes or kishmish, as they call it, dried grapes and all. Is even sugar cane, everything. Jayati Jayati Namananda Rupam Murare. Namananda Rupam Murare. The holy names are the actual form of Murari. Means the holy name is same as Krishna's Swayam Rupa. And holy name is not different from him. Means Krishna is Swayam Rupa means like Ram, Varaha, Kurma, Matsya, all these incarnations have come from Krishna. And Krishna's original form, his Swarupa is non different from Krishna himself and his name. So Mura was a very powerful demon and who Krishna killed and gave liberation. Therefore, one name of Krishna is Murari, and the form of this Murari is Krishna Nam. So, Mura demon, he was a very wicked demon. So, Srila Gurudev, I think one of his books explains how Krishna killed the Mura demon. So, Katham api Sakurdattam. In any way, if one utters only one name of Murari, Krishna, Madhava, Govinda, Ram. So, here we see that Krishna has many names. Harinama Tuva Aneka Swarupam. So any of the name, not just Krishna Nam, but you can utter say Murari or Krishna or Madhav, Govinda, Ram. That name gives mukti. The devotee receives mukti very easily, and therefore Krishna has the name Murari. So Krishna's name Murari can give you liberation if you utter the name Murari or Krishna, Govinda like this. Don't have any doubts. The problem is we doubt, but we should not have any doubt. Previously, Ajamil could not realize the glory of the name. But then his gurus, the associates of Narayan, came to him, and in their light he saw, oh, I even crossed over death. Although no one can cross death, still no death came to me. Oh, they saved me from death. At that time he realized that the name is very elevated and has vast power. Why could he not realize this before? Now he realized his soul. It is by our soul that we can see the effect of the holy name. Not by this body, not by these eyes, not by mental speculation. Even a very wretched, wicked person who chants Harinam can very easily be liberated and saved from death. So most of the people in this world don't know the glories of the holy name because they try to understand the holy name by their ears. The ears are mundane, mind is mundane. So mental speculation and your mundane sense perception, as they call in Sanskrit, adhyakshika jnana, cannot help you understand the holy name because holy name is aprakruta. Not only adhyakshika but aprakruta, completely transcendental. So, so this is the thing. So thank you so much for being with me. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhavacha puritanam pavanam Vaishnavibhyo namo namah. So now I will give Jai Dhwani to glorify all the previous acharyas. And again, I reminding you that tomorrow is Ekadashi, Shaktila Ekadashi, but don't eat teal, means sesame seeds tomorrow. Many people do eat, but please don't eat them because in Gaudiya Math we don't eat sesame seeds on Ekadashi. Huh? And then you have to the day after tomorrow, that is actually 19th. You have to do Paran after sunrise at 9:43. But you can check your local calendar on Pure Bhakti based on that and try to do Paran that time. जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर जी का गिरधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहार जी की जय। जय मिथिला प्रविष्ट गुरु शिक्षक भक्तिनाथ नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज गुरुदेव की जय। मिथिला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिनाथ वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। मिथिला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। मिथिला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्तिदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। मिथिला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद भक्ति स्वरूप सिद्धांति गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। सब परिकर जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद ठाकुर की जय। महाभागवत श्री गौर कृष्ण बाबा जी महाराज की जय। सच्चिदानंद सतनाम गोस्वामी श्री भक्तिनाथ ठाकुर की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंद ऋषि गौर पार्षद की जय। नामाचार्य लरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोवर्धन द्वार शवनात्मक शिव मंडल की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। त्रियंडी स्वामी श्री श्रीमद भक्तिदांत दंडी महाराज जी की जय। नाम निष्ठ संत श्री अनिरुद्धास प्रभु की जय। मठेर सेवक वृंद की जय। धामवासी भक्त वृंद की जय। समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताई गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि हरे कृष्ण। धन्यवाद प्रणाम। हरे कृष्ण। Thank you.
Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much, and sorry for coming late. So Maharaj, you said page you stop at 283 today.
Yes, Didi. Actually, there's we are at this paragraph at the page 287. 287. This is similarly Shri Nam Prabhu, who is most competent to give grace. So this is the page we are at. Second last but one paragraph. Page 287. 287. 287. Yes. Yes. Yeah. This is
and
stop.
Okay. And sorry, Maharaj. So Chaitanya Charitam Lilamrita, you said page
Chaitanya Charitamrut.
1.4. Sorry, not Chaitanya. Yesterday the Java Dharma.
Yeah, Java Dharma, I think we finished chapter 13. And chapter 13 was finished. And we are about to begin Shakti Tattva. Shakti Tattva. Yesterday's chapter 13, the Babaji started explaining Vrajana, the Shamul Tattva, the 10 principles. There are 1 Pramana and 9 Prameyas. So this is the Shamul Tattva, and it's a very, very important. So those who miss the class, please do read the chapter 13th. Chapter 13 they can read on their own and try to memorize the Shamul. Means if you want to be a preacher, then these 11 verses you can, these Dashamul Tattva, these 10 verses of Dashamula, you should remember. It is my goal also, because I also don't have it by heart yet. There was a verse by Srila, I think Vyasatirtha, who wrote a similar verse that I remember, but I don't remember Dashamul Tattva fully by heart. So it is very good for preaching. This Dashamul Tattva is very, very good for preaching. And it is also for your own meditation. Also, these verses are very good. Because this, in just like storing the entire ocean in a small jar, the whole Vaishnava Tattva and Siddhanta is stored in the Dashamul Tattva. So in Ayurveda, there is one medicine. You'll go to Google, you'll see that there is someone is having weakness, especially women or men. They become very weak. So they are actually given this particular tonic, which is available, Dashamula Rishta. There are different brands. You can see that Kotakkal. This is a brand from our Kerala, Kotakkal brand. You can see that they use the word Dashamula Rishta. So it's a great tonic. It is not very expensive. 110 rupees. So that increases the blood in your body. So that is the benefit. So like this, we are also very weak sometimes. We become very weak in our bhakti. So that's why Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given us this tonic. This is the nectar tonic of devotion. So Dashamula Arishta, we should try to ingest. We should try to drink this. You see that Dashamula Arishta is taken regularly helps to relieve loss of appetite. So in Ayurveda, this medicine Dashamula Arishta is given to suppose someone is not feeling hunger. So this Dashamul Tattva which Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining will also increase our appetite for chanting more holy name. Indigestion, debility and Vata diseases. Vata this imbalance, so debility. So we are also becoming weak sometimes in bhakti. So if you drink this Dashamula Tattva, then we'll also become very strong. Helps to maintain vitality and stamina, useful for both men and women. So Dashamula Rishta is beneficial and Dashamul Tattva is also beneficial for men and women. It is equally beneficial for all. Especially useful for women after delivery. Women become weak, so they are given Dashamula Rishta. So like that, this Dashamul Tattva is also very strong tonic. Why it is called Dashamul? Because it has Bilva, Agnimantha, Gambhari, Shayonak, Patala, and Shilparini, Prishniparni, Brihati, Kantakari, Gokhru. These are 10 medicines are present in that. That's why it's called Dashamula Rishta, because it is full of 10 medicines. So like this Dashamul Tattva is also full of 10 principles. So that's why we should regularly study this Dashamul Tattva. Now this is, we are now ended the first part. Jagadharma has 3 parts. We ended up to chapter 12, there was the first part has ended. Now we have come to the second part. And then we'll beginning next time Shakti Tattva. We'll try to understand from Raghunath Das Babaji Maharaj and conversation with Raghunath Das Babaji Maharaj Vajanath. What is Shakti Tattva? What are different potencies of the Lord? And what are the nature of this and what are the functions of these potencies? That we'll try to understand next time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you so much. Vanchika Patinitya.
Shakti
Kripa Sindhu Vidyapati Tanam Bhavani Bhyo
Vaishnava Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.